Hi, Angela.
Hi, RJ. Thanks for coming and joining me today. But for somebody whose loved one does not remember them, is it easy to start feeling like, since they don't remember me, then why should I visit?
Well, it is easy to do that, and you have to kind of decide that for yourself. Sometimes we have to visit just for ourselves because otherwise we'll feel guilty later, and we have to just do that. And then sometimes it helps if you walk into the room and you carry with you one of your baby pictures or one of your childhood pictures. That might help them remember who you are because they might remember you in the past. So I think it's a good idea to go ahead and visit as long as you can, just because having their presence there is still something for you. But each person, I think, kind of has to decide what they can do and what kind of emotional boundaries you can set around your own heart. It's not really, I mean, you might feel guilty, but it's not a sin, and it's not a terrible thing to protect yourself, because most of us are kind of in a sandwich. We have our own families to deal with and to protect as well. And if I spend an extra amount of time with a loved one who doesn't even know who I am and neglect my own son or my own health, then that is just not smart. So it is okay to set that boundary and say, I'm not going to go this time. I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to protect my family, and it's going to be okay. And then realize that your loved one probably will forgive you.
What about somebody who's coming up on the holidays and their loved one is still in the home and they're starting to realize things are changing and they're looking at this may be the last holiday they have them in the home
Mhm.
and but they know things have to change. What kind of encouragement would you give to them?
Well, certainly realizing that this is a constantly changing situation, that every time you go could be the last time. And so that's something you have to deal with from the beginning. Again, journaling is helpful. Talking to other people who have been through it or are going through it, being in a support group. Um, with my mom, last year she was in her own home. Last year she was making the Christmas and the Thanksgiving meal and still giving out presents. This year she very rapidly went from a hospital visit to complications to being in assisted living. So every moment with our loved ones is precious because we just don't know what's going to happen. And then realizing, yes, this is going to change. Let's enjoy it today. Let's tell each other we love you. Let's give hugs because, well, for all of us are just a heartbeat away from heaven, and we never know what can happen. And certainly with our loved ones with these kinds of diseases, it is going to change. And I think probably just realizing that and being able to embrace the truth is probably one of the biggest hurdles that we all have to go through.
RJ, if somebody wanted more resources, more information, do you have some things on your website?
Of course, my blog actually contains a lot of information. I have on my blog the 7 tips for caregivers, which I give as a presentation when I speak various places. So all of those tips are on my website. A lot of my website and my blogging is a person going through it and how we can stay in hope and how we can help our loved ones as well as protect ourselves and our own families while we're going through this. And my email, I'm always available to on email, and on Facebook I do have a group called Sometimes They Forget for people who just want some encouragement and to chat with others. And on that site I post a lot of videos and tips, and I posted one just the other day about communication tips. So
Okay.
that might be a good place for people to connect.